Hi, my name is Liz and welcome to Nothing But Bags. I call this space Nothing But Bags because when I am getting ready to go somewhere and I'm looking through my closet for an outfit, what I'm looking for is the right outfit to accessorize my handbag. Because when I'm going somewhere, my outfit is the accessory, my handbag is the main event. Whether this is your first time clicking on one of my videos because this channel was recommended to you through the algorithms, or you are one of my returning fellow handbag addicts, supporters, subscribers, or friends around here, either way, I appreciate that you selected this video from the bottom of my heart. As you saw from the thumbnail and title of this video, these are the 5 handbag lessons I've learned in 2025. A lot of my friends and the people I support here and watch content from on YouTube and the handbag community have been sharing with us the bags that they've carried for the year, the bags that they carry the least amount for the year, any bags that they purchased but they've yet to pop a tag on and have not used at all. And I was looking at my collections as they were having these conversations and asking myself questions about, well, why did you resonate more with this bag or this brand? Or isn't that odd that you don't do this anymore and you used to always do that? And so I decided to share my handbag lessons as opposed to the handbags that I use the most of or the least of. Of course, if you're interested in that, you can drop down in the comments and ask me and I'll let you know. The first lesson I learned is that big bags are not just for work. I used to think that a tote bag or a large handbag was for a laptop for you to take to work or to travel. But I have found that I like big bags and I cannot lie. I actually use big bags now more than ever, even though I don't go into an office environment with a laptop anymore. And the reason being is because I like not having to pare my things down. I really like being able to take what I want to take and take it the way that I want it. I like having certain things in my bags. And because I like having certain things in my bags, it's nice to be able to carry the bag and not have to worry about space. I don't have to use all of the space in the big bag, but at least I know that with that bag, I don't have to worry about I can't take this pouch, or I have to use a mesh pouch instead, or I can't use a pouch at all. I just got to drop my stuff in it. So that was the first lesson that blew my mind, that big bags are for more than just an office, a laptop, and for work. The next lesson I learned was kind of in conjunction with that, what I like to carry in my bags. I pretty much have a core set of pouches or accessories I want in my bag. I definitely need a card holder or a wallet. I'm more of a card holder girl because, and this has been consistent with me throughout, I don't like carrying every credit card that I own. I really just want my license, my insurance card, a AAA card, maybe a debit card and a credit card. And I think that's kind of it for me, along with any cash I might have. I like to have a catch-all or a cosmetic bag that I put my lipstick, chapstick, hand cream, sanitizers, things of that nature. I like to have an electronicals pouch, a pouch where I can put my fan, a charger, my AirPods. I like to have a bathroom pouch with all the essentials in case I go into the bathroom and they don't have some of the things that I need or want. And I like to have a candy pouch. I like to have something I could put some gum and some ginger chews in. Now, of course, if I have to carry a smaller bag, I have to pare down. I understand that, but that's kind of my setup. That makes, when I have that in my bag, I feel super comfortable when I walk out. Another lesson that I learned is I'm now a coachie. I used to be a Louis girl. In fact, I'm in a Louis today. My bag of the day is my Louis Wade chain bag in the PM size. I used to look, you can see Louis in the background. Louis used to be my brand of choice. And because I don't live near any luxury houses, I typically, when I go out of town, anytime I travel, one of the first things I look for when I'm researching the destination is, do they have a Louis? And I've noticed that I've had a couple of opportunities to go into a Louis store when I went out of town and I didn't even go in. I didn't cross the threshold. But I have made sure that when I've traveled here in the past 6 or 7 months that I knew where a Coach was. Coach is resonating with me. And I think the reason Coach is resonating with me is because they're so continuously innovative. There are always new concepts, new designs, new fabrications that they're releasing. I feel like they oversaturate the market a bit and give us way too much too often, but they're at least giving us new. And with Louis, We're going to do another Murakami collection coming up in the next couple months. I've heard that there's a potential new denim collection. You've already done Murakami and you've already done denim. Now, I understand if it's maybe the 25th or 50th anniversary of something. I get that. But just keep regurgitating or giving us the same iteration of what you've already released. To me, it gets a little bit boring. And look, this is just my lessons I learned. If you still love Louis, I have friends that adore it. And I love the love that they have for it. And I love the bags that we talk about together. And I love seeing the bags that they buy. But in terms of me, the only innovation that I've seen recently is the trunk innovation that they're doing, where they're adding the little trunk edges to their Speedies and their Almas. I love that. I love that. I live for that. And I would love to have a piece like that in my collection one day. But as far as the brand comparisons, I'm really leaning towards more Coach now. And I'm finding that some of these really high level luxury content creators on YouTube, the ones that have the multi-million-dollar collections, the ones that I've always only seen open Chanel, Hermes, and Louis Vuitton, they're now venturing into Coach. So it's not just me. I think other people are noticing it too, that when you're wanting something innovative or something new or what's hot, Coach is usually the brand that is offering that to you. Next lesson I've learned is that neutrals. You know, I used to think that you have to have a bunch of pops of color in your collection. And so I bought pinks and yellows and blues and purples, as you can see sprinkled behind me. But to be honest, neutrals are just easier to style. They're easier to use. They're easier to reach for. They get used way more often than my color bags because my color bags are a little bit challenging for me to style. In my mind, I bought them thinking I want to have some pops of color so that if I'm going somewhere and I'm wearing like I'm doing now, beige or something very flat or plain, I want a pop of color to add to the outfit. But most times, neutral bags are what I reach for. When I look at the bags I've used most often, they're the ones I've used most often. My color bags fall farther down the line because they're just easier to style. So that's another thing that I learned, that it's actually okay. It's not boring to have a bunch of neutral colors in your collection. One of my friends, Carla, I met on YouTube and we transitioned over to Instagram and then become friends in real life. She's a black bag girl. She loves black bags. And if she buys a bag, more likely it's going to be black because that works for her. And she's going to reach for those and they're going to get used. So that's something I learned about myself, is color is just not as easy to style. And I believe the last thing I learned is that I think my days of the $3,000, $4,000 bag, 2, 3, 4 bag, I think those days have passed me. I think I'm kind of done with that. I think that I think I'm over buying a very expensive luxury bag. I used to be a kind of person, if it was a bag that pulled at my heartstring, hey, I'm getting it. I don't give a flip. Look, I go to work every day. I work hard. I take care of all my bills. I take care of all my responsibilities. If it's a bag I want, I'm about to go get it. I'm kind of out of that now. Even at Coach, like the big frame bag, the big Kiss Lock bag, $800. I'm not doing that. I think it's $800. I'm not doing that. The big Empires. I bought a big Empire when it first came out. It was a little too heavy for me and my aesthetic, so I sold mine. Would I buy another big Empire for $800? No. Maybe that has to do with where I am right now. You know, I was displaced from my job in October, so maybe. But I would say that, but having this conversation with y'all and being very transparent, I would say that, but no. I've been like that all year. Even the bags that I bought that are luxury bags that are expensive, I bought them on the pre-loved market and I got them at a steal. I'm kind of over spending thousands and thousands of dollars on bags. I think I'm over that. Now, the caveat to all of that is, I'm like Diddy Bean. I am subject to all of the things. There's a little disclaimer now across the screen. All the things said in this video are subject to change at any moment. I'm a handbag addict. I'm irresponsible and I'm an addict. So all the stuff I just said is subject to change. If y'all roll around here and see me unboxing a small orange bag that's $4,000, don't judge me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's gonna happen no time soon. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Cause don't judge me, because I'm subject to change. I'm a handbag addict. But I feel like as I was kind of looking at, and I hope that my fellow handbag addicts that are watching the video, as you kind of consider and look at your collection at the end of the year and how many bags you carried, which ones you resonated with more, which ones you didn't use very often or at all. Let's start kind of asking ourselves, what did we learn about our handbag collection this year? What did we see change about ourselves? And I think that, I think that I'm a big bag girl now. I see the value and the benefit of the big bag as more than just a travel bag or laptop work bag. I have a very consistent packing order or accessories that I want in my bag, which plays into the type of bag I'm going to reach for or use the most often. I am a Coachy officially. I'm no longer a Louis girl. Coach just resonates with me more, and I like their aesthetic a lot better. Neutral bag colors are just easier for me to style. They just make more sense for me. And I am over being a big spender when it comes to handbags. I really am. That doesn't excite me anymore. And again, disclaimer, all the things I just said in this video are subject to change because I am a handbag addict and I'm irresponsible. Drop down in the comment section and tell me, as you've been looking at your bags that you've used this year, what lessons you've learned about yourself as a collector and about your bags. If you are a content creator and you're planning to do a review of the bags that you have carried this year, or what you've carried or how much, if you want to, let us know what lessons you learned about your bag collecting. And the only other thing that I will ask of you is that you have an absolutely wonderful day.